All right, continuing on with playing Ketchup here. I checked out the movie Ava, which is currently streaming on Netflix, and it is like a dramatic action thriller starring Jessica Chastain as Ava, the titular character, and it also has John Malkovich, Colin Farrell, Common, and Gina Davis. I think those are everybody that's worth mentioning. Anyway, or at least that I recognize and know the name of to talk about here. So, this is about a hit woman, and she likes to get a little bit talky with her clients, just trying to understand why they're having this target placed on their head and they have to be killed. And the people who hire her are not too fond of her chatting with her, intended targets. And so Ava takes some time off and returns home because her mother has had some complications, and then a lot of family drama ensues because she used to be dating this guy played by Common, but he's married to her sister now, and so on and so forth. And so it's kind of like family issues and dealing with that side of her life, but also dealing with the hit woman side of her life, and her employers not being too happy with her. Now, John Malkovich plays like her father figure, mentor, whatnot. And then Colin Farrell will play like the head of this organization, or at least one of the heads, and is like the main bad of the movie. Overall, I feel like this movie could have been great or could have been really good, but I felt like it just bit off more than it could chew in the amount of time that it gave itself. It just felt like it was trying to take on too many things, and it was underdeveloping all of them. So I'm fine with the whole notion that this hit woman comes home and is having this family drama, and she's like trying to deal with that side of her life, and maybe some of her professional life bleeds over. You can have something like that in Gross Point Blank, which is awesome. This one's definitely serious, and Gross Point Blank's more of a comedy, obviously, but I just feel like that can work. It's just that it's trying to deal with, like, for instance, Common has this issue that she comes in and tries to help resolve, right? And I feel like this is not explored upon almost at all. And when there's this climactic scene of her addressing and handling this issue, it feels very unearned. Like, I kind of was like, I barely even know this situation. Like, I don't feel like any of us know this situation very well, outside of very vague details. And so when it's happening, I'm just kind of very detached from that it's happening. And then there's some love triangle stuff, and I feel like that, again, is just not explored enough. I just feel like we don't get enough time with these characters interacting for me to care that it's happening. Same thing with her hitman job and her relationship with John Malkovich, and we really know nothing about her career. Like, nothing. We know she's, we can gather some things, but we don't really know who she works for, or what really got her into it much, outside of, as I said, kind of like vague details. It's just, it feels like they needed to focus on something, or they needed to drop something, or something. Like, it just feels like the film needs an extra 30 minutes. If you're going to do all the things that they're going to do here, I just feel like this film should have an extra 30 minutes. It's only an hour and 30-minute movie. And with a story like this, I feel like you need 2 hours. You just need that 30 extra minutes to just give us a little bit more character development here, a little bit more plot development here. And so overall, I found the action to be fine. That you got some, like, the action's fine. I like it. It's fine. But there's just no emotional weight to it. Like, it's just her on a job and things go wrong, and there's an action sequence, and it's like, okay, this is kind of cool. But there's not enough of it to make it interesting. So if there was like 100 action sequences and the plot line was thin, I'd be like, whatever, I don't need that. As long as I'm getting some kick-ass action, I'm fine with that. But because of how little action there actually is, even if it's cool, which it mostly is, it's not enough to make the film entertaining. So anyway, not a film that I liked very much. And not one I'm obviously recommending much. So anyways, let me know if you watched it. Adios.